When it comes to selling a property, getting the staging right can really help to maximise the price achieved and reduce the time that it takes to sell your property. I'm Philippa, Head of Savills Country Department, and today I'm meeting interior designer Sophie Paterson for her tips on creating the right mood and atmosphere to appeal to potential buyers. Sophie, as agents, we talk a lot about the importance of staging your property for sale, creating an atmosphere for buyers so that the feeling that they get when they walk through the door is one of, wow, I can really see myself living here. What are your top tips for creating that?
First of all, we become so blind to our own homes and interiors. We've lived there for a while. So my top tip is take a photo of each of your rooms and have a good hard look at what it looks like in photo, because that is how most people will see your home. When you're looking at that photo, have a look at how much stuff you've got. A lot of us accumulate a lot of stuff over the years. So my first thing that I would start with is declutter. It's about allowing other people to have a blank canvas that they can envisage themselves living in.
I love colour in interior design, but I think it can also be divisive. So what would your top tips for a seller be on that front?
If you have really dark decor, it's really hard for people to imagine themselves living there. So I'm not talking about a huge redecoration, but maybe like just a lick of paint. If you've got, a bright yellow wall, maybe consider painting it some of these neutral colours. And again, it's not about your own taste, it's about allowing other people to see how they might live there. So once you've had a look at all your decluttering and you've got a nice clean palette to start with, and you've got rid of all your bright or divisive colours, it's really important to look at your furnishings. And a mistake that I see quite a lot on properties is people tend to have too much small furniture, and they think it makes their home look bigger, but actually it does the opposite. In bedrooms, I would fit the biggest possible bed that you can fit in while still having bedside tables. And then in living rooms, another common mistake I see is people tend to have quite small rugs, and again, that visually shrinks your room. Try and have a large rug that at least all the front feet of your furniture fits on. If you haven't got the time or you haven't got the eye for that, obviously you can hire staging or dressing companies that do an amazing job, and I'm sure you know lots about that.
Yes, Savills Interior Services team can help you find companies that will lease furniture to you. It can be for the whole house, or it could be for just one room. And a modest investment can really pay dividends on the price you end up achieving. Sophie, what's your advice for maximising space in home?
Okay, it's not news to any of us, but mirrors do such a great job at this, and I think they're really underutilised. I wouldn't do it in an obvious way, because we all know clear mirror can do a great job at making it feel brighter, but it doesn't feel that livable or luxurious. So I would consider using different types of mirrors. I love Eglamize mirror, antiqued mirror, which is a little bit more subtle and sophisticated. Maybe think about buying some freestanding mirrors that you could put in your home. If you've got a slightly more old-fashioned home and you want to make it feel a bit more contemporary, you could get a much more contemporary design mirror, which will really make that feel more updated.
What about lighting?
Lighting is so key. If we're doing a project from scratch, we always do lighting design. It adds so much value to a home. If you have a dark corner, don't underestimate table lamps, and you can take them with you, so you're not investing too much in that property and leaving it behind. It creates a really warm and cozy atmosphere as well. With your window treatments, I see people hang curtains too close to the window, too low down. If you take those a little bit higher, you don't have to buy new curtains or blinds. Just hang them a little bit higher and a little bit wider, and it gives the illusion that your windows are bigger and your room is brighter. Let's talk about the power of scent. If I walk into a home or a shop and it smells beautiful, I instantly feel more relaxed and happy. One of my top tips is use diffusers. You're obviously not going to light a candle all the time. This is one of my favourite diffusers because not only does it smell lovely, but it's bringing in some natural elements, which is always a good thing. I would also recommend having some flowers. I quite like to have just branches as well as flowers, and that's bringing greenery in, bringing nature in, and it smells gorgeous too.
We often recommend to our clients that they get a flower subscription, so those flowers are delivered regularly and fresh. Takes the stress out of it. Sophie, it was lovely to see you, and thank you so much for all your ideas and advice today.
It was a pleasure. Thanks for visiting.